Hello and welcome to another edition of Trotsky or Bust. Today is Labor Day. Labor Day, great holiday for all you Trotskyists out there. Be better if they celebrated March and May 1st, but take what we have. Of course, during the coronavirus, every day feels like Labor Day. And one of the talks, I haven't done one in a few days now. I was watching that phony Jimmy Dore the other day. He had a video showing people being evicted. It showed this policeman saying that, it's hard, but I guess Jimmy Dore wanted to blame the policeman for the evictions. Yeah, yeah. Oh, he's not crying enough. First of all, let's be honest here. If any one of us had that job would suck big time, and especially it would be so hard to do the first day, and it would be so hard to do the second day, but a bit easier than the first. Third day would be a bit easier, and eventually would get used to it. So don't blame the cop. It's just he's doing his job. Now, there's a reason why Jimmy Dore does it. There's a reason why the fake far left wants to blame cops. There's a reason why the media is showing Black Lives Matter and shows the brutality of the police on people. The reason they do it is, and I'm not justifying any of the acts, and I'm not saying that many of these cops aren't fascist, right? But this has happened before. This has happened before. I've mentioned this before. This happened in the 1930s in Germany, all right, when the communists were fighting the police in the streets. When the communists were fighting the Nazis in the streets, the German police picked a side, and the side they picked was obviously the Nazis. That's who won. Remember, back then they were the only ones with guns, and as many as 200 communists were killed. The Nazis won the battle in the street, which allowed them to intimidate communist voters, and that's how Hitler got into power. It's very much in the interest of the establishment to have put a divide between the people and the police, and that's exactly what we're seeing on TV now. Remember, policemen are just doing their job. They're union people. Their unions aren't bad. Their unions are doing exactly what unions are supposed to do, which is protect their workers. So don't buy into this policemen are bad. People are doing it, whether it be the media or the fake far left people like Jimmy Dore, are doing it for a reason. They want to put a divide, a barrier between us and the police. And so that if something happens, if people are rioting in the street, I mean, the establishment is fine, is totally fine when these demonstrations are about race, right? Once they turn economic, they won't be fine, and that's their real fear. And also, they unfortunately hold the power. So if they do turn economic, and I'm sure many of them are, we're never going to see that side of it. We'll only see the race side of it, or the white pro-Trump people against the Antifa, whatever. This is just nonsense, and it's perpetuated by the media, including the fake far left, which is just another iteration of MSNBC. That's all they are. They don't even pretend that they don't care. You see it like Venezuela. Trump was for Guaido, right? So they naturally are for Maduro, right? Maduro was shit. He's a corrupt, he's a corrupt politician. He's a criminal. So was Chavez. There's a reason why Venezuela is so poor. And it's not because it's socialist. I mean, 2/3 of their economy is privately held. Venezuela is not a socialist country, but it's a way for the establishment to point at socialism. They won't point at Haiti and call it a capitalist country. They'll never do that, right? Never. But they'll do that, and the fake far left is more than happy to play along because they're not real. They're not real. And we definitely saw it last week. We were all waiting for that third party, the People's Party. And they gave us a convention, and in the end, they didn't give us a candidate. Any one of them could have ran. Cornel West could have ran. Chris Hedges, an anti-Semitic piece of turd, could have ran. I mean, he did run as a Green Party, tried to run. But hey, just run. Just put your name out there. Just show people that, hey, we have a new party. And our chances of winning are not good, but they won't be good 4 years from now. But at least we would have had a head start. But that's not the purpose of the People's Party. The purpose of the People's Party was just to sheepdog us back to the Democrats. That's all it is. That's all it is. And when you look at the Democrats, you look at Biden, you look at Trump, they're not even trying to win, you know? I mean, think about it. We live in a very leftist, we live in a leftist country. Well, you know, they ask people, are you a conservative? Of course, people say yes, liberal is a bad thing. But when you ask them about the issues, we live in a very leftist country. But you'll never hear that, and you won't hear that from Biden or Trump. I mean, they can either one of them could easily win by adopting a left wing agenda, not left wing. Just say you're for Medicare for all, or Trump could come out and say he wants to lower it to 50 when Biden said 60. Trump would win the election if he did that. You know, Trump can win the election if he really wanted to. Biden could win the election if he, but they're too scared to the people with power are scared. They are scared right now. Don't kid yourself. Don't they see what's going on in the street? They know about the income inequality, so they need these politicians to pacify them. Oh no, no, it's fine. Everything will be fine. You saw how Biden defeated Bernie. You know, Biden defeated Bernie because, you know, the working class people didn't vote. They didn't believe in Bernie as much anymore, and they all gathered around. They got the anti-Trump people, the anti-Trump Republicans, to switch over and become Democrats, and they're the people they don't want Bernie. So yeah, that's the Democratic Party today, and that's fine with them. The fewer people who vote means that fewer of the poor are voting, and the electorate is becoming more and more rich, the well-to-do, and they'll be fine choosing between Trump or Biden. It's a heads they win, tails we lose, so they don't care about that. And the good news, Biden, I'm so glad he did it, but not that it's making a difference when Rick Schneider, the former governor of Michigan, the one who not only had, did the Flint water crisis, he got one of his, I guess, people to, they switched from taking money taking water from the Great Lakes. He then covered it up. And even Michael Moore is, he's from Flint. So if ever there's an issue, but hey, he's still on board. He's still going to vote for Biden. Nothing's changed. He's going to be upset at Biden, but got to get rid of Trump. Got to get rid of Trump. Yeah, okay. All right. And what's sad about all this is the one thing we could do right now, if Michael Moore just would stop doing that shit, and the Jimmy Dores would just stop attacking the police. Now, the only power we have is to scare the people at the top. All right? Not the 1%, but the 1% of the 1%. They're the ones who run this country. If we want change today, they have to be scared. All right, that's the only thing that'll work. Elections, I guess I've given up on elections. I don't see anything. I see nothing. It's too easy to just destroy a third party right from within. Okay, I signed with the Green Party. The Green Party is totally corrupt. They're not even trying to win. Just think, if they put forth an effort now, how well the Green Party can do, but they're not going to do it because they have been corrupted. The top, not the Green Party rank and file, they're good people. I know these people, they're excellent people. But the people at the top have been corrupted, they've been bought, and they're going to make sure that the Green Party will go nowhere, even though the Green Party could be so successful. And they'll have their ready-made excuse, well, we had to get rid of Trump. We had to get rid of Trump. That's about it. So we got to figure out a way of scaring the top 1/10 of 1%. Maybe that's not the reason I called my website Trotsky or Bust, but hey, whatever it takes, Trotsky will scare them. Thinking that another Trotsky would rise up in America, that would scare them. But you see, I have 55 subscribers, so I guess they're not too scared of me right now. All right, tell me what you think. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, so I get more views. Please subscribe if you haven't. Click the bell. This way you'll get more videos if you want. Maybe you don't want. I don't know. And happy Labor Day. And I guess Trotsky's out.